Hello everybody, Olivia is here to take care of today's video. As Indonesia Independence Day comes, we're here at Fictional History Out to celebrate the Independence Day by creating one very special scenario for you. What if everything went perfectly for Indonesia? For the time frame, I'll choose the time frame from 1918 up to the modern day. We will start our alternate story in an alternate 1918. Europe is exhausted and the continent is tired from the Great War. In the midst of instability, there stood the Dutch. In this lifetime, the Dutch hand over the Kaiser of Germany to the Allies instead of keeping him refuge. And so, this improved the relations between the Dutch and the Allies. While the Versailles Peace Treaty was held, the British sold southern Papua as a gesture of thank you to the Dutch and as a desperate attempt to get financial gain. And after the treaty is over, the Allies also give the rest of Papua to the Dutch, greatly expanding Indonesia's influence later on. Skipping to 1926, the years where the Communists launched their first revolution after a conference, despite the warning from prominent figures like Tan Malaka and the Comintern, and this results in the banning of the party and a much harsher Dutch stand. In this fictional timeline, we're just going to send Meteor to the conference room and blow him up. Yes, I know it's lazy writing, but it's technically possible. This way, the party can effectively help other factions of the independence movement much more significantly. Later, later on in the future, as well as improve their political and social position in the Indonesian government. Here we jump again to 1942. As the world is at war again for the second time, Indonesia, or specifically VOC, didn't see this world like the last one they did. As the Japanese landed on Indonesian soil, the The multiple factions across Indonesia started to coordinate an uprising alongside the Japanese invasion, quickly capitulating the Dutch forces in archipelago. We could expect all of Papua to fall under occupation this time round, but for the Japanese held their position a little bit longer, for about a month to help Indonesia set up their government. In 16 September 1945, Indonesia declared formal independence and started the process of liberating the rest of the territories in an alternate prolonged war against the Dutch and American force. In the end, Indonesia conflict will merge with the Vietnam War and the Confederacy War combined into one war for Southeast Asia, independence ending in 1975, with the full independence of all of the Southeast Asia. Over the decades, the Communists have taken away more power over the Indonesian political government system compared to our timeline as well. As a better partnership with the Eastern Bloc, we can safely assume that Indonesia turned communist or, at least, left-leaning government from 1970 onward. Let's jump to the modern day. This time, as we see Indonesia allies itself with the Eastern Bloc, we can safely assume the trajectory of development closely resembles that of China or Vietnam, with the elimination or significant reduction of poverty, advanced industry, rapid switching to green energy, a well-developed planned economy, and a strong army, while still greatly maintaining local culture and regional autonomy. But here's where we end the video. Thanks a lot for watching. Consider leaving a like and subscribe and share this to other historians you know. That's all for today and bye bye.